Welcome to Cornerstone Charter Academy. We are so excited to welcome back all of our returning students, as well as welcoming our new students for this school year. My name is Michelle Casey, and I am your upper school assistant principal. I'm here to walk you through some updates to help you prepare for the new school year. There are several key faculty members that you'll want to get to know this year. Our principal is Dr. Renee Pancoast. Again, I'm your upper school assistant principal, Miss Michelle Casey. Our lower school assistant principal is Mrs. Paula Downey. Our Dean of Discipline for grades K through 8 is Mr. Don Smith. Our Dean of Discipline for high school grades 9 through 12 is Ms. Tanya Soriano. Our Athletic Director, Mr. Jordan Webster. Middle school students, your guidance counselor is Ms. Harrison. High school guidance is Ms. Tyndall, assisted by Ms. Doherty. Our ESE students and families, our staffing specialist is Ms. Tiffany Johnson. Our ESOL coordinator is Ms. Monica Hodson. For all of your volunteer and activity needs is Ms. Ree Bonanno. Our Dean of Admissions is Ms. Amy Trindifilov, and our attendance coordinator is Ms. Christy Bauer. All of the upper school teachers at Cornerstone will be using a program called Collegia and Agave X to record all student day-to-day grades. Students will have their own Collegia account that looks similar to what you would see in a Google Classroom. Collegia will have each of their classes and the grades for all of their assignments recorded there each day. Parents will also have a login to access their child's classes in Collegia. This information will be provided just before Meet the Teacher before school starts. Collegia is not just a gradebook. This is where teachers will have most of their communication with both students and parents. Teachers will post their homework assignments in Collegia, and this will be your main source of information from your teachers. There will also be some basic information found on their websites on the Cornerstone website. When you log into Collegia, this is where you will be able to access many other of your other accounts that will be needed for your day-to-day school. Things such as iReady, IXL, AgaveX, and other things will be available through a student's Collegia account. In addition to AgaveX and Collegia, students and families will also have access to the Skyward Family Access. This is where daily attendance will be recorded along with report card grades. If you are a returning Cornerstone family or a family coming from another Orange County public school, your Skyward Family Access login should remain the same. All new students will receive their logins once the school year has begun. Here at Cornerstone Charter Academy, we have a school-wide late work policy. For middle school students, they have up to 3 days after an assignment is due to continue to turn in work for half credit. After the 3 days, 0 credit will be awarded for any of the work turned in at that point. High school students, the same policy is in effect, with the exception that they can only turn in late work for up to 2 days after grades are posted. For AP classes, teachers do not accept late work at all. Please note that students with excused absences will be permitted to make up work without a penalty. All of our students here at Cornerstone are required to maintain a 2.0 GPA or higher, and they cannot have any D's and F's in order to participate in extracurricular activities, including all athletic teams. All of our students will be provided with a laptop computer. Device pickup this year will be August 1st from 11 to 2 in our auditorium. Each student will be charged a $25 technology allowance each year. This can be paid online via the student's Collegia account. When you come to pick up your device, all students and parents must sign the CCA Student Parent Handbook Acknowledgement Form before you can sign out your computer. Throughout the school year, if a student has damages or lost accessories to their device, there will be a $25 fee applied to their AgaveX account. On August 1st, students are welcome to come pick up their schedules and their devices for the year. We will be available from 11 to 2 in the auditorium. Please remember that students and parents both must sign the Cornerstone Student Handbook form before they can pick up their device. At this time, you will also be able to get your temporary IDs. You can come anytime during that time frame from 11 to 2. You're not going to be able to walk your schedule this day. However, if you return on August 8th during Meet the Teacher, you'll be able to walk each of your 7 class periods and introduce yourself to each of your teachers. Again, final schedules can be picked up at device distribution on August 1st. However, you can begin to review your schedule online via AgaveX accounts on July 11th. Please note that we do not make schedule changes for the following reasons: for a change in teacher, a change in class period, a request for a different lunch shift, or for a change in electives if it's something that you have not already taken. You are always able to determine your lunch shift by looking at your 6-period class. There should be designation with an A or a B indicating whether or not you have A or B lunch. If you have questions about your schedule, you can email your guidance counselors directly. Ms. Harrison again is for 6th through 8th and Ms. Tyndall for 9th through 12th graders. If you are ever in need of a copy of your transcript, you can email your request to Mrs. Tyndall, our high school guidance counselor. Please note we ask that you allow 3 days for your transcript request to be fulfilled. In addition, if a parent would ever like a teacher conference, these will take place on Mondays and Thursdays and should be scheduled through your guidance counselor. We typically do these as team conferences, as all teacher input is valuable regardless of the situation. We can hold these on campus or via Zoom if a parent would prefer. When students receive their schedules, there are several ways that you can figure out where each of your classrooms is located. When you see an M in front of a room number, that means that classroom is located in the middle school building. If there's a 1 as the first number, then it's on the first floor. A 2 would mean it's on the second floor. The same thing applies for the high school building. An H indicates high school building, the 1 is for the first floor, 2 for second, and 3 for the third floor. If your schedule starts with an O for the room number, then your class is located across the street in the Oasis building. We provide services for both ESC and gifted students. All of our services provided for ESC students are based on their IEP. Our staffing specialist, Ms. Tiffany Johnson, can answer any specific questions regarding our ESC services. 504 questions can be referred to Ms. Lily Kutsnova, and our EP, or gifted services, are provided through the core classes for each student. At the beginning of the school year, all of our students will be asked to complete the following forms via their Collegia first period teacher account. You will sign and complete this Cornerstone Student Handbook Acknowledgement Form, the OCPS Code of Conduct Acknowledgement Form, the CCA Model Release giving permission or not if you do not want your child photographed during the school year, the CCA Technology Agreement, and the CCA Payment Agreement. Again, as mentioned before, all students will also pay a technology allowance via their student Collegia AgaveX accounts for the amount of $25 each school year. All school fees are paid through student Collegia accounts. When students log into Collegia, there is an icon for an app called AgaveX. This is where they will pay your technology allowance for the $25 each school year. This is where you will also find other fees such as lab fees, art fees, and other course fees. You can pay to wear jeans each Friday through your AgaveX account as well. Jeans cost $1 to wear on Fridays, and you can also prepay for each 9 weeks or for the whole school year at once. All of your unpaid fees each year will accumulate until they are paid. Any fees that were not paid last year will carry over and still be visible on a student AgaveX account for this year. School hours for upper school students on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday are from 7:45 to 2:45. Students can begin arriving as early as 7:15, but must be off campus no later than 3:15. Please note that dismissal on Wednesdays is at 1:45 instead of 2:45. Students are never allowed in the buildings or on campus prior to 7:15 a.m. And all students must be off of campus within 30 minutes of dismissal unless they are participating in an organized school-sponsored event. Please note that the Cornerstone follows OCPS severe weather rules during inclement weather. You can see our website for all of the updated procedures during these times. Drop-off for upper school students is found on Fairlane Avenue. Please note that this is where all 6 through 12 students should be dropped off unless you have a younger sibling. Always pull forward as far as you possibly can in order to help with the flow of traffic. We do not allow parking at the Old Bank of America or at Pine Castle Church. If an upper school student has a K through 5 sibling, we ask that you please drop off all of your students in the K through 5 lane. Always go to the line with your youngest child in order to keep your youngest child safe. There are bike racks located near the turf across the street where any student can leave their bike during the day. If a student arrives between 7:15 and 7:35, then they can wait for the bell to ring in the following supervised areas: the turf area, the high school patio, or the high school cafeteria. And please remember, breakfast is always available in the middle school cafeteria, but you must take your food to the high school cafeteria to eat your breakfast. Because Cornerstone is a K through 12 school, we have 3 different drop-off pickup lines. The kindergarten and first grade line is through the middle of the school in what we call the alley. 2nd through 5th grade families go through the line on Waltham on the north side of Cornerstone. If you are in an elementary school line, you will have a car tag to display in order to pick up your younger children. 6 through 12 students, your drop-off and pickup is on the south side of the school on Fairlane Avenue. Please remember, older siblings should always go to the younger sibling for dismissal. If you are picking up a 612 student, please arrive between 2:50 or 3 o'clock on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and 1:50 to 2 on Wednesdays. Upper school is not dismissed at the same time as lower school. You can see our Cornerstone website for more detailed traffic patterns. Dismissal also occurs on Fairlane Avenue for all upper school students unless they are being picked up with a younger sibling. Please always keep in mind that we ask parents to pull as far forward as possible. Please do not block traffic. Students should not get into your car in the middle lanes. Make sure that you have pulled all the way over into the actual pickup lane. You cannot ever pull into the grass to pick up students, and there are no U-turns allowed on Fairlane Avenue. Again, in the case of inclement weather, students will not be released. Cornerstone follows the OCPS severe weather policy. We ask that if you do not need to come in to pick up your child, to please not come in to sign them out unless it's an emergency. More details regarding this policy can be found on the CCA website. Here's an overview of the Cornerstone dress code policy. If you want more details, you can find this in the Student Parent Handbook. Please remember that all CCA uniforms should be purchased from All Uniform Wear. Your pants and shorts can be navy blue or khaki, purchased from All Uniform Wear, and should be no more than 2 inches above the knee. There should be no altering of the pants or shorts. All shirts are white, blue, green, or navy polos, or a rugby shirt with the logo from Cornerstone that can be purchased at All Uniform Wear. Outerwear, if it is worn inside the building, must be a Cornerstone jacket, sweater, or hoodie. In extreme temperatures, we will occasionally allow you to wear a non-Cornerstone jacket outside only. If it is cold, students can also wear a long sleeve shirt under their polos. However, this long sleeve shirt should be solid white, green, blue, gray, or black. Socks should always be plain white, khaki, brown, black, or navy blue socks. You can have a manufacturer symbol, such as a Nike symbol, but the contrasting color must also be an approved sock color. All shoes should be closed-toed and also neutral colored, just like the socks. The laces should match the shoes or the white soles. There should not be any heels, and students are not allowed to wear visible boots. Again, shoes can have a manufacturer symbol with a color from the approved list, including white. All backpacks should be clear or mesh, totes, or messenger bags. Students can wear jewelry, but it should be limited to 1 watch, 2 bracelets, 1 loose chain or necklace, and it has to be tucked underneath your polo. All students are required to wear their school-issued ID at all times. Their ID should be worn invisible. There is a $10 replacement fee if you lose your ID. Please keep in mind your ID is also how students access buildings. All hair should be neat and follow the guidelines found in the student handbook. Here's an example of some Cornerstone approved shoes. The shoes seen here are not approved and therefore should not ever be worn to Cornerstone during the day. If a student wears something out of uniform, they will either be asked to get a change of clothes from home or in addition to jeans on Fridays, students can also pay $1 to wear a Spirit shirt. Spirit shirts can be any Cornerstone t-shirt, hoodie, or other outerwear garment, or also a college shirt. Please note that professional sports teams are not Spirit shirts or college shirts and therefore would be considered out of dress code. If a student comes to school out of dress code, the student will be asked to fix the dress code violation if possible on the spot. If it is something that cannot be fixed immediately, the student will either be sent home or will have to wait in the main office until the parent or guardian brings the proper attire. Students with dress code violations could result in consequences if they accumulate over time. Please remember, it is the responsibility of students and parents to make sure that students arrive to school on time. If you happen to be late, you always need to check in at the main office to get a tardy pass. If you are not in your classroom by the time the late bell rings, you are considered tardy. Just being in the hallway does not count as being on time. Every fifth tardy accumulates to 1 absence. When students receive tardy passes, they will begin to accumulate for consequences. The first and second time they're tardy, they will get a warning. Third time will be lunch detention. Fourth time is an after-school administrative detention. The fifth and sixth time is pass with another teacher for the day, and as well as a behavior contract if the tardies continue. We know that there are times that you will need to sign your child out early from school. When picking up a student prior to dismissal, please report to the main office. The adult picking up the student must be on their pickup list that is kept on file with the school. We will not send a student home with an adult that is not on your approved list. If you are sending someone that is not on your list, the parent or guardian must send an email to Ms. Sam at the front desk indicating who is allowed to pick up your child along with a copy of your ID. No student should be signed out for the last hour of the school day. In addition, if you have a student driver, the student driver may sign out, but also that should be accompanied by an email from the parent or guardian stating when and what time the child can leave, the reason for the early dismissal, along with a copy of the parent's driver's license. A student that has had at least 5 unexcused absences or absences for which the reasons are unknown within a calendar month, or 10 unexcused absences or absences for which the reasons are unknown within a 90 calendar day period may be deemed to be exhibiting a pattern of non-attendance or truancy. Students must be in attendance for a minimum of half a school day to participate in any school-related events. When excusing your child's absence, please complete the digital form from the Cornerstone website titled CCA Excused Absence Form. We do not accept handwritten notes. The form should be digitally submitted within 48 hours of the absence. A parent can excuse up to 10 absences per year for their child. If there are 3 or more consecutive absences, we require a doctor's notes. Parents can also fill out a prearranged absence form online. Please see our handbook for a detailed list of excused absences. All of our Cornerstone families are required to complete 15 volunteer hours per school year. Please be sure to complete an updated additions application each and every year. The application link can be found on the Cornerstone website. If you are on campus, there is a sign in and sign out computer at the front desk to track your hours. If you are completing hours off of campus, you will print and fill out the volunteer log found on the Cornerstone website. Have the supervisor of the event sign your form, and then submit your form to Mrs. Bonanno. Please note it is the parent's responsibility to submit the form documenting the hours for each student they have at Cornerstone. If your child has any health concerns, please contact Ms. Bass, our health room attendant. You are welcome to send in medication for your child, but the information must be on file, and all medicine must be in the original packaging, unopened. We also suggest that you notify your child's teacher of any health concerns, whether these are allergies, seizures, diabetes, or anything of this nature. And always make sure that you do contact Ms. Bass to make sure she knows of any of these conditions. We know that there are sometimes concerns with a child's academic or other situations in a class. Our request at Cornerstone is if there is a concern to please follow the Cornerstone grievance policy. First, it is always best to start with your child's teacher. Many times, some simple communication can resolve any issues in a classroom. After talking with the teacher, if you feel that the issue is not resolved, then you would then contact the child's guidance counselor. Again, that's Ms. Harrison for middle school and Ms. Tyndall for high school. After that, if you believe that there is still no resolution, you can contact the assistant principal, Ms. Casey. After that, your next line would be the principal, Dr. Pancoast. And after that, if you still feel like your concerns have not been addressed, you can find the dispute resolution team member. These people are listed on the Cornerstone website. We have a strict cell phone policy here at Cornerstone. Keep in mind that all cell phones and other personal electronics must be on silent throughout the school day. If we hear any phones, they will be confiscated and not returned until the parent picks the device up after school after 3 o'clock. We do not allow wireless headphones at any time during the school day. Teachers may occasionally approve these devices for academic purposes only. We do not allow students to use their phones at lunch or during class change either. We have a strict no drop-off policy at Cornerstone. This includes lunches, cupcakes for birthdays, homework, or cell phones. Please do not drop off any items. We will always help your student get what they need, whether it's a lunch or help them send an email in regards to homework or anything else. But please do not drop off items at the front desk for your student. We have several athletic programs at Cornerstone, everything from middle school to JV to varsity teams, and we are adding new teams each and every year. Some of the teams that middle school students can try out for would be swimming, cross country, volleyball, tennis, football for 8th graders only, basketball, softball, baseball for 8th graders only, and soccer. We do have middle school only teams for some of our sports, such as boys and girls cross country in the fall, boys and girls basketball and boys and girls soccer in the winter, and then boys and girls flag football in the spring. There are lots of ways for students to get involved at Cornerstone. We have all kinds of after-school clubs, and we continue to add them each and every year as students bring new interests to us. We have things such as marching band, color guard, theater, art clubs, student government, robotics, a service learning club, honor societies, health occupations for students, an anime club, a marine club. We have Battle of the Books for both middle and high school, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, math club, yearbook, and many more. Here are some upcoming dates that you might want to put on your calendar. August 1st, students can come pick up their computers, your IDs, and your schedules. On August 8th, we will have Upper School Meet the Teacher from 12:30 to 3:30. At this time, you can drop in any time. You could walk your schedule and briefly meet each of your teachers. The first day of school is Thursday, August 10th. Our first home football game that you'll want to come out to will be August 18th to cheer on the Ducks. Our homecoming game is September 15th, dance on September 16th for high school students only. Picture Day is October 27th. Our fabulous and fun Oktoberfest is Saturday, October 7th, and our first middle school dance will be November 11th. Here at Cornerstone, we are a busy K-12 campus. One of the best things you can do is to make sure that you stay informed. If you go to our website, if you haven't already, please make sure that you sign up for our email alerts. We send out information on a weekly basis for the whole school, as well as some individual information per grade along the way. Thank you so much for joining us for this presentation. If you have any additional questions, please make sure you check our website for an updated FAQs throughout the rest of the summer. We're so excited to have each and every one of you this fall, and we know this school year is going to be fabulous. We'll see you in August, Ducks.